Harry, why'd you call me down here?
Just to talk. It was a battle. You won. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I mean, representing Sophie Lennon, you're a real macha now, Susie. You know what? Forget coffee. Linda, bring the champagne, the 49 Dom. We need to celebrate.
Harry, no.
What, 49 Dom not good enough for you?
You know what I mean.
You didn't bring a lawyer.
Are there any left?
I'm just surprised, that's all. The champagne, the 49 Dom, we need to celebrate.
Harry, no.
What, 49 Dom not good enough for you?
You know what I mean.
You didn't bring a lawyer.
Are there any left?
I'm just surprised, that's all.
You asked me to come down, so I came. I didn't know it was a whole lawyer thing.
What, you thought I asked you here for a cheese tasting?
Mr. Drake, Groucho Marx is on the line.
Tell him I'll get back to him.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Groucho waits for you. You should see something. Now, normally, I'd hand this over to your team, but you didn't know this was a whole lawyer thing.
What is this?
It's my contract with Sophie. You knew that I had one, right?
Yes, Harry. I wasn't born yesterday.
And that it goes for another 5.5 years. You knew that too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Good. Because for that period of time, I own everything. She tells a joke, I own it. She makes a funny face, I own it. She cuts a fart and someone laughs, I own it. You get me?
Yeah, I get it. She cuts the cheese, you get a slice.
What, you think this is funny?
No, but I do think you're just trying to scare me.
How am I doing?
I gotta use the facilities.
Follow the signs.
5.5 years. Fuck me. Real slow.
Hey, what part of I'm in here taking a shit don't you understand?
Local commercials.
I beg your pardon?
You've got it for national commercials and TV and movies and radio and her live act and print ads and for some reason any event featuring a live animal, but you do not have her for local commercials.
Is that so?
Yep. Nothing, not a zip, hot.
Wow. You got me. Gentlemen, how did we leave all that lucrative Sophie Lennon local commercial money on the table? I'm livid. Susie, I gotta tell you, it's truly been a pleasure. But now, I gotta go call Groucho Marx, and you gotta go call Guido's Body Shop in Staten Island and line up a local commercial. Sophie will look great sitting on top of a Pontiac. Just make sure a chimpanzee in a top hat isn't sitting up there next to her, because then it's mine. Good luck, Susie.
Yeah, thanks a million, Harry.
Sure. Oh, hey, she mentioned Strindberg yet?
Oh,
I'm gonna let you have that one too. Strindberg, my gift to you. Have a good day.
guys ever trade places just for fun?
Kind of, bro.
Dead dogs. You'd be fine living in a building full of dead
I got the one at
dogs.
us.
They don't store the dead dogs in the building. They cart them out as soon as they're dead.
You're suddenly an expert.
Veterinarian is in the basement of the building. We'll never see the dead
The
dogs.
spirits of the dead dogs will be galumphing through the building.
Dead dogs don't have spirits, and if they did, they wouldn't galumps. They would trot or canter.
Oh,
This is officially the dumbest conversation you two have ever had.
I liked that place on 65th, and it was affordable.
because it was on top of a construction zone.
Lincoln Center. Once it's finished, we can walk to the opera.
We'll be in wheelchairs by the time they finish Lincoln Center.
So we'll roll to the opera.
You guys are moving out in a week. You have to make a decision.
Your father's being stubborn.
Father's being stubborn.
What about my kitchen?
Oh, please.
There better not be a bathtub in my kitchen.
We got bigger fish to fry, Zelda.
You want me to fry fish? I need a decent kitchen.
Risk it in an hour or so, guys.
Where is everybody? We need to get things going here. We need to know what all they're going to take.
I still don't know how we're supposed to know.
Yo.
Yo, I just had to run a couple errands. I'm stopping at home. I gotta organize my apartment. I'll probably be stopping back later.
Yeah, as long as you feeling good, come back in. I'll be around. Like today was gonna be a horrible day. But then my dad at least kind of messaged me and managed to say a few things that turned that around a little bit. Otherwise, I would have spent all day just whining to keep my head from exploding. But it should be a good day.
All right, cool. Are you at the cafe now?
Yeah, I stopped and got a kiddies meal at ETS.
Yeah, I gotta get a bite to eat myself.
The kiddie meal's not bad. I mean, everything's expensive.
You
It's
can look,
$7, 2 fat chicken fingers and a bunch of fries, and a chocolate milk. $7, not bad.
Yeah.
Still a lot of money though.
Inflation, man.
Yeah,
All right,
it's no joke.
I'll stop by later.
All right,
All right, peace out.
yeah.
That was a funny thing.
Supposed to know what we're not going to need in a place we haven't found yet.
So you prefer to pack everything we own into a one-bedroom like we're the Collier brothers?
We are not the Collier brothers. They had apartments.
Pulling our decomposing bodies out, first yours, then mine, crushed under a pile of garbage.
Why is my body the first to decompose?
This is officially the second dumbest conversation you guys have ever had. Thank God, a distraction.
Hello, Hester.
Hello, Ruth.
How are you feeling, dear?
I'm carrying a human life inside me.
Mystery solved.
Hi, Mom.
What is this?
Asteroid had a premonition, a dream. It was about my face. There were gnomes. I don't know. Bottom line, shaving is bad luck.
I'm just being cautious.
Don't like that sound, huh?
Cautious.
I'm gonna need a straw.
My touch.
No. I just don't usually cover up. You think it damages your ears or just makes you uncomfortable?
I don't like either one. A little of both, huh?
No, my hearing's not that great. How's your hearing?
What do you say?
Your hear? Oh, dick.
I'm messing with you.
Big face. Yo, I got chocolate milk and it's got ice chunks in it and I really like it.
Yeah?
But a kid's meal, it's fucking ETS. Why is everything so fucking expensive? You raise your prices or do you keep up with inflation or what do you
I
kind of...
probably do. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Not too consciously, just whatever.
Yeah, I haven't ordered. The main place I order things from, I haven't ordered in a while. I think they're... For every dollar it cost me before, it might be $1.30, $1.50 now.
Yeah?
Compared to like a few years ago. But then they didn't raise them for like... They were raising them every year and then it seemed like they didn't raise them for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, and then they have to... And they're trying to be good probably and then they're like, oh fuck. And they're like, no, our
So
shit's
instead of
costing
raising
too
them
much.
10% a year, they raised them 30% all at once.
Probably better to... It's amazing we can't get a grip on inflation. Like, I mean, I'm a bit of an idealist. Like, hey, businesses, how about we freeze for a little while and see what happens? And everyone's like, nope. I'm going to get my money right now.
Their costs are going up.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, if I do it, and the other guy, if everybody doesn't do it, it's prisoner's dilemma shit. Like, you're fucked. Oh. Anybody? Oh, wait, you just walking this way?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the park shortly.
Just wondering if anyone's in the cafe or if I should just go home.
Huh?
Just wondering if anyone's in the cafe to say hi to, or I should just go home.
Oh, you haven't gotten out of your car yet?
I've had a rough... The first 3 months of this year were like it was like the best year of my life, sort of.
Yeah?
I was spending a little bit too much, though. Kind of hit a wall. I needed about 15% more money than I have to do, to work, to have, and so I was spending like 15% more, but then I hit a wall where I had to start spending 15% less. Talking to you? Did you? Did you see it?
I think I saw the aftermath.
You didn't see it happen?
Yeah, he's trying to get me involved in his war, and that's against my policy.
He's a little extra today.
Huh?
He's a bit fucked up today. Andy was here and he's like, I had to leave because Hampton was being too obnoxious.
Andy said that?
You know Andy, right?
Yeah, Andy Wright.
No, Andy Sanis.
You want to give me a little crumb to stick in my cigarette I'm rolling?
Put your hand.
All right. He thinks I'm supposed to help him with this.
Yeah.
Those people have known each other 15 years, 20 years.
Do you know who did it?
Yeah, I don't know if I actually saw. I don't remember actually seeing him do it. I might have seen something, but
Not like a clear
it's kind of
memory.
a blur, and it's been a couple of years, and he's asking me now.
Oh, it's years? Who's the person? You know?
Yeah, I do.
Do I know him?
I know who he's talking about. I don't know. You might not have met him. He doesn't.
Not like
He
a
never
regular.
hung out at Roma much.
It's amazing since I moved into this city how much I mean, it's so close to where I've lived. Waste a little bit of money fucking living in the fucking village and just end up coming here.
I wonder why he thinks I'm supposed to help him with this thing. It's like his thing with them, you know. And
He just wants help and he's fucked up. That's all.
I don't know what.
I don't know why he's yelling at you like you have to do it or you can't come around here anymore. That's insane.
That's what he just said, isn't it?
Yeah. Ew. Ugh. Hampton can be really cool or a real pain in the ass, depending on the day.
What's that?
He can be cool or a real pain in the ass, depending on what day it is. And a lot of times he's just too loud.
He wouldn't be around here that much if it wasn't for John being so tolerant and giving him rides and stuff.
There's a lot of people that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for... I think that sucks with that, though.
If
It's
it
like...
wasn't for John, you mean?
John hands
I'll
out,
tell
like...
him that a bunch of times. Go ahead.
He hands out, like, 30 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
And that's like... It's only like $3 at res prices. But he owes me, like, $600-$700
He owes you?
for giving him weed and shit, like, cause he's my friend. But I'm like, you gotta pay me back, right? Like, I'm like, I'm not giving this to you. I'm helping you out, and you gotta pay me
told
back.
him that?
Yeah, of course. I never was like, I'm giving you something. I'm like, you need weed, I'll help you out. I'm not a dealer, but you have to pay me back, right? Like, you don't have weed, you don't have money. You're my friend. I know you'll make money, so I'll loan you some fucking weed. You gotta give me the fucking money back, though. Now I'm just fucking. I'd quit smoking. Now I'm back to fucking smoking and bumming cigarettes off of fucking him, and I would really just like the fucking cash.
Huh. And that's strange. It seems strange. It doesn't seem like, you know, what I would expect to be happening between
He
you
doesn't
and
make
John.
much money. I mean, I
What do you
don't
think?
have
He
a
doesn't
lot
make-
of money, but he doesn't make shit. Like, maybe he
doesn't
does
make
some... He could make a lot. He's a skilled designer. He could be making $250 a year if he worked hard as fuck.
250,000.
If we got good jobs and didn't fuck around, yeah, he could make two. He's intelligent.
But he makes 50,000.
I don't think he makes anything. Maybe a few jobs here and there, but like ever since his like working for Obama's campaign and that shit, and then I don't know. He's been like a stoner fuck, standing on a corner. I call him the Fried Piper.
He smoked more weed than you.
I take little hits
Fried
and that's
Piper.
it. Fried Piper.
He takes big hits,
Got many big hits.
and you take a few small hits.
Yep. It's not that cold. I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of decent. You always dress appropriately though, so you're probably not getting cold.
Well, this might be interesting a little here today. I was going to stop and say hi at the cafe, and
You friends with the hacky sack guys like Rich? You know Rich?
oh yeah, I love Rich.
Rich is he's a weird guy. He's like, cause he can really kind of interact with almost anybody. Like he's really a hacker dude and a stoner, but like, he deals with me fine. I mean, I'm a stoner too, but like he's like low tech and high tech at the same
I guess
time.
it reminds me of John. He's tolerant,
He's like a park John, sort of.
but he doesn't. He's not going to give these crazy people rides and shit like that. But he's tolerant of who comes, you know.
It's a
I
friendly.
mean, I guess if you're in the same spot at Bidwell in a busy area all the time, you
Right.
got to learn to be a little tolerant.
He's always
I don't-
been a
I don't
nice
have
guy
to be
though.
I don't have to be as tolerant because I'm walking usually. I'm not chilling that much, you know.
Yep. Keep it moving.
When
It's a
there were
good.
people at the hacky sack circle I didn't want to deal with, I didn't really stop as much. But
Right.
now that they're not mostly around anymore, it's a lot nicer. Because I love Rich and Kyle and Joe and Joe. And
Which one is Kyle? The bald one? The
There's actually 3 or 4 Joes.
Joe's. Kyle. Which one's Kyle? Who's the
Usually
bald kid?
wears
Is
a
that
big-
Kyle? The kid who shaves his head. You know, he's a real good hacker. He's probably the second best one. He's there a lot. Athletic kid, a little bit shorter. I don't know their names. Fuck. I don't even know the one dude, big dude, pointy beard, been around for like 20 years. I don't remember his name, and we're friends. Weed's not good for that shit. You selling decent? You doing all right though?
Not much happening.
No.
I guess I'm all right. Get a few hundred a week usually.
And you live with your mom or something, or you have like a so you don't have to pay a
Yeah,
ton?
I don't usually like to tell anyone about it. But
Yeah, whatever. How old is she? She's pretty old now, right?
87.
87. My dad's.
Well, she'll be 87 next month.
My dad just turned 78.
Your dad?
Um,
When you're my age, they'll be my mom's age.
what are you? 10 years older than me?
I'm 60. You're
10 years
51?
old. 50. April 3rd, I turned 50. When's your birthday?
September. So I'm 10 and a half years older than you.
It's kind of weird. I never kind of sneaks up on you fast as fuck.
What's that?
Age sneaks up on you fast.
Mm.
You know, like kind of be like, I don't remember when I was last like a kid. Now I'm 50.
You don't remember when you were?
I mean, like I don't remember when it happened that I became 50. Like the last time I looked, I was like 25.
I'm still. I was
And
gonna
now I'm
look, when I get home, I'm gonna look in my other coat pocket and see if I can find the 20 years. I don't know what happened to them.
They go by. I don't know. It's weird. Like this year went by really fast, and it was also very long for me. Like the beginning of the year, like it took a long time, but the minutes seemed fast.
I wondered who was yelling for me. I had no idea who it was. I thought it was just some strange, crazy person, or one that's around, or a new one, or.
Just now?
No, a few minutes ago I wondered, and then I saw Hampton, and I realized it was him.
I'm friends with Hampton, but I like talk shit to him or like rap at him a little bit, like then he usually backs down. Like you gotta kind of stand up to him a bit. Usually he doesn't fight much or anything. He just yells. I don't know if I'd recommend it to other people, but I mean I know how to deal with you too. Some people don't know how to deal with you. Some people don't know how to deal with me. I can deal with you. I can deal with that. I can deal with the weirdos. It's the normal people I have trouble with.
It's not a problem to deal with Hampton. I don't necessarily want to deal with him much.
Right.
I wouldn't call him a friend. He might say he said he loved me before, but
he loves us all. He's just, I mean, I don't know. He's almost exactly my age. Sometimes Hampton thinks like I kind of make a joke like Hampton and I are exactly the same, except for I'm white and born in Clarence, and he's black and born on the East Side. It's a big difference. Not that the blackness.
I don't see you and him as being alike that much.
No, I know, but we're the same age. Whatever. He didn't have any advantages at all, and I had all of them. And we're the same age. We're bald. He lived with me for a while. Not really, but you never know what somebody would be like with it. You know, you can't go back. You never have.
How many years ago was that when you lived with him?
15.
15 years ago.
He lived with me.
It's amazing. John giving him rides seems strange enough. I don't think John would ever bring him to his house, but he lived with you. He stayed with Andy for a while, more recently. I don't know how you guys deal with that.
John drives.
Maybe he chills out because you're giving him a place to stay.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't. I mean, it was all right. It was briefly not terrible, and then eventually I moved out.
You told me you broke your lease because you were yelling at him about it one day.
I just left.
And he said something like, "Get off my corner, bitch." I remember sitting there.
Something like that, yeah. It was, but I literally, maybe I wanted to leave anyways, but he really wouldn't go, so I just left, and then they kicked him out. Like he just left because he didn't want to get evicted from a place he's not even renting. Like,
you want any of this chocolate? You can have the rest.
Hey, you don't want it?
I don't eat it. I would eat the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. I had some. I eat chocolate in stages.
Even if you eat half of it, it's too much, really.
It's a lot of. I've been eating a lot of sugar lately, though. I've been a little upset.
Got organic raw sugar and organic unrefined sugar.
It's a little better.
Which is a lot less bad than white refined sugar is the worst.
I mean, if I keep up eating the sugar that I'm fucking eating,
you'll be dead. I might be dead if I keep the way I've been doing lately. It's been bad, really bad.
Yeah, I gotta get back.
The herbalist says, I'm trying to quit smoking weed and cigarettes. He says, well, you give up the sugar first. That's the one that's going to kill you more.
Sugar and cigarettes. Keep the weed. Yeah, sugar's not great. And I eat a lot of it. I mean, my blood pressure's okay. Got a little bit of cholesterol I got to worry about. You go to the doctor?
I'm feeling the effects heavily, huh?
You go to the doctor?
No. I have no use for them. It's all on me.
I mean, it is, but
there's no one to do it for me?
No, not to get healthy.
And I have no teeth to chew good?
Get checked up like once every 5 years or something.
I can already tell there's stuff wrong with me. It's just
yeah, but is it dangerous? Like, is it?
Well, of course it is.
I mean, short term, like.
Who knows? Well, that's
the doctor could probably tell you if it's short term dangerous.
Well, it's really short term if I keep up doing incredible quantities day after day.
What's the worst shit you do? Cigarettes? What's the worst health thing?
Well, it's a combination. I mean, I'm not sure what's the worst. The weed is pretty bad for me, and it tends to lead me more to sugar and cigarettes. I smoke.
Well, it's not. I don't think weed's bad. It's the sugar and cigarettes it leads you to.
Weed is really bad.
No, why?
If you smoke the quantity of weed compared to what we smoke in cigarettes.
Oh God! Well, but you don't. I mean, that's insane.
No, you'd be like, gone.
What 20 fucking?
No, I noticed it. I noticed it's dangerous from experience. I've been smoking it 47 years. When you were 3 years old, I was already smoking weed. 1975, the end of 1975, early 76. That's when I started smoking. I first had a puff or something in December 75, and then in January I met this other kid who had lots of weed and a good house.
I was 20. I was in college before I started.
I was 13, dude.
You went to college, right, or no? Nothing?
I haven't been to school since I was 15.
Life is fucking weird. What, like... It's like, I imagine that what happened is God, at the Big Bang, God killed himself. It's so weird that we're what resulted from that, right? Like, all the things, there's some beautiful shit in the world, but, like, this is the mind and body of God? Like, Hampton screaming at you? Like, what? Why? Why?
Everybody's so insane.
Well, you get a little more of that around here. A lot of people, I think they just go to their job, they go home, they have 2 beers.
I look at all you guys as being pretty unconscious. All you guys, you know. I don't think I'm that conscious, but I just think I'm. You guys are almost totally asleep. I think you're more asleep than John. And
me? Yeah. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, because
I'm a 13-and-a-half-year-old child who works 12 hours a day.
He's been able to listen with attention span more. At first, I didn't think he could do it.
It's not being awake. Listening doesn't make you awake. If you listen to people that are unenlightened, you may do good for them, but you're not learning.
The point is knowing what listening is and knowing and being able to and willing to. Well, you got to become able from first being willing.
You don't have to be willing. Listening is not necessary all the time. I haven't met a person with something new to say in years.
Maybe you haven't been listening long enough to find out they had something new to say. I think you're that bad, whether you know it or not.
No chance. I run through.
I don't think you're aware of that.
You're wrong. I'm not aware of everything, but the idea that you're fucking nuts.
You think so?
You think John is a storyteller? I love him. He's my brother in a sense, but John is high as fuck telling stories about Marcus Aurelius. I'm writing original shit, naked as fuck, and very fucking aware of who I am. I love John, but you better shut the fuck up.
So you think I've been misjudging you all these years? I mean, I know there's the three big problems with judgment, right?
What's that?
You're wrong, and you're just wrong. Like if I'm judging you, and you're not even like what I'm judging you to be, that means I'm just wrong, right?
The idea, people have I can jump in. That's kind of fun. People have often thought that I was nothing like what the fuck I am. It's part of the interesting shit in my life.
I don't know you as well as I think. You
don't know me at all if you think that. Like,
I want a couple more chunks of that.
What? Do it. Chocolate?
Yeah.
Eat it up.
No, I'm not.
You're not getting healthy today.
Well, I'm gonna.
Chocolate's not the worst.
Man, I feel like this. I almost died from eating a half gallon of ice cream every night for weeks. I went from sleeping 8 hours to 10, 12, 16, and then up to 18. And then I broke out of it. But I was like just having $2, and it was like $2. There was a deal on this half gallons of ice cream. This was 1994.
Oh, all right. I think you meant like now. Oh, that makes money. Okay.
No, it was like 28 years ago. And I almost died. Now, though, doing a pint every night could kill me in a short time.
It's not good.
And I've done many nights in a row, and I'm feeling like weird shit, tingles, and like seeming.
Don't have more than a pint.
Feel like something not functioning or circulation or something in here. They're actually 14 ounces now because they cut costs. But then I put honey on it besides. I put like
honey?
5 tablespoons of honey inside it at the same time.
I'll do what I'm doing.
I'm lucky I don't. If I did that every night, it's not a matter of lucky. It's like if I did that every night, probably I could be dead in a few months, and that's when it would make it short term. However, if I binge for a while, a few days, if I did it really bad, I've done 2 pints some nights, and put like a whole jar of honey.
Is a pint a quarter gallon or is it an eighth of a gallon?
See, I know from doing extreme shifts, I learned. One time I bought a pound of honey in a jar. Hey, Johnny. Oh, I'm all right. And I drank the whole jar, and it was a hot day, and I was in the National Forest. There was a ditch by the side of the trail. I was laying in it for 4 hours.
It's a little addictive. I try not
to... Any kind of sugar in a massive, massive dose could kill you in one day. So that would make a short term, like... Right. But otherwise, if I change...
it's probably not going to kill you. I mean, the older you get, there's a chance, but... You'd have to eat a lot of sugar to be killed.
I've been eating incredible, huge quantities, like too much.
Most I can
And
do.
I don't think about the fact I did some weight to get sugar, then I did fruit, then I did honey, then I did... What's going on?
I usually buy a half gallon and then eat it over 3 nights, but I'll have a bottle of root beer with each one, so it's like 100 grams.
Hey.
I'm thinking you eat so much, but if you have a third of a half gallon of ice cream and a bottle of root beer at the same time, it's more than like it's a shit ton of sugar.
And a lot of other shit. Depending if you're getting the normal brand, I'm getting the purest kind I can get in any stores around here. When I get it, usually. I've sometimes gotten the ones from the co-op, which are a lot less pure. They've got gums in them and shit.
Right. Stay hydrated at least though.
And I read the ingredients. Some of the flavors have more shit in them. Haagen-Dazs.
We eat a ton of shit.
Yeah. Big piles of it, like dog shit, cow shit.
Say people in China right now have 7 years longer lifespan than us.
You guys like some jewelry on me? That's in China, yeah.
7 years longer right now. That's a lot. 7-year difference in life expectancy?
I think if they haven't poisoned them all and given them junk food yet, there's still some places where the average most people live to be 100. Like if they died in their 90s, they'd be dying young.
It's wild.
But I don't know, some years have passed, everything could have changed. They could have like brought them some McDonald's and moved them into the city and took away their land and everything.
I mean, it'll probably get worse. There can be advantages to an authoritarian system on some levels. I mean, they could just be like, never allow that shit. Like, listen, you don't have freedom.
Most authoritarian systems, I think, do allow that shit, though. I don't know if they have Coca-Cola and McDonald's in China or not. But in India, they had it. I remember in the 80s, I was talking to this girl in Berkeley in the mid-80s. What's that, almost 40 years ago? And she said, when they opened the first McDonald's in India, some people had a protest. They had a vomit in. They all went in front of it and stuck their finger down their throat to protest it.
And they're about to be the biggest country in the world real soon.
Well, supposedly population. Yeah. You know, I look at the headlines of the newspaper and read a few paragraphs when I'm in line at the co-op. Often, I was going to read a little of the New York Times today, but
I read a little of the Times every day. I just don't know what else to read. Like
the New York Times.
They're biased a little bit, but like so is everybody. So is everybody.
Oh, they're
really, and they
call them brainwashed morons. Like
no, they just
that's
tell
my
stories.
general word for my fellow human beings.
Yeah, but you.
I told you that.
But you mentioned that about the whole fucking group. Like, you think just because I introduce these people that I'm unself-aware, like that I'm the same as this fucking group?
I told you years ago.
Fuck you.
I didn't mean it to hurt your feelings. I just felt to like point out.
Yeah, but now you're unself-aware.
If I point out a fact, I'm helping people grow, right? If they're open to it instead of just getting offended and emotional.
But if you're grouping them,
which seems to prove my point, of course, and make me more sure that I'm right. When they get emotional and offended about it.
They can also get emotional because you're just annoying the fuck out of them with your incorrectness. And your incorrectness and your supposition and your generalizing.
I thought you just hated it when I'm right, and that's why they're pissed off.
No. As much as anybody I've ever met.
That's probably not true all the time, even if it is true sometimes.
As much as anybody that I know, I like to be correct. I'm not trying to be right. I'm not. I don't want to be right when I'm wrong. I want to be right. Like I want to be correct. That's it.
I love that. That's beautiful. I like hearing that.
And just factually, right? I mean, I'd love to be ethically and morally correct, but there's no objective there. So,
you know, what if somebody's been telling you that? What if like hundreds of people have been telling you the truth for years, and you hear it, like so you could say you could listen, but you don't hear it. You know, like how do you say? Oh, I fucked up. My brain's a little fucked up right now. I've had trouble putting my words back together. I had them in my head, I swear, and then they fell apart before they could come up with them out. I'm trying to put them back together.
It was about, the fuck did I say? It was what you were saying something right
about, you want to be correct, right? So
accurate.
Maybe yeah, right.
Why not?
To truth. You want to be in the truth.
The truth is real.
You don't want to be in delusion or insane.
Even mistaken.
Things that are real that are just not, and believing things that are not real when they just are real.
I believe this. I believe that white lies matter. White lies matter. And I think if you tell one lie, you're back to zero. One lie, you're back to zero. Because when you tell a lie when you're awake, you can tell lies when you're asleep. And that's dangerous as fuck. And that's why people are fake.
That last part especially was hard to follow. You have time to listen to you.
When you lie, you give your brain permission to lie. You're giving yourself permission to lie, right?
If you're telling yourself two or three lies at the same time, then you're telling yourself it's okay.
It's true, and but then also
the second lie, and then you.
But then you
one lie already leads to another in seconds, and then you build more and more after that.
It's mostly when you're asleep, and really asleep. When you're sleeping, you can lie. Your brain can do whatever it wants. If you're a liar, when you sleep, your brain can lie. Your brain is trained that it is okay.
But if you're not when you're awake, you won't be when you're asleep either?
I don't think so.
So you can't just never lie, though.
Yeah,
can
you can.
Maybe
not you.
Well, I could.
Why do you have to lie? About what? They say
everybody
everybody.
When you might need to.
They say everybody lies.
Hi. It's a hard subject to really get clear on. So.
You don't have to lie. They may say you don't. Nobody has to lie. Period.
No one has to lie. Well, in absolute sense, I guess you're right. You know, I mean,
why do people lie 50 times a day? Oh, that's what they say. The New York Times.
That's
50
a whole
times
other.
a day.
That's
5
another
times a day.
aspect of the psychology. Why?
For what? Because habit.
That's the first thing that came to mind was habit. But
habit. You're surrounded by liars.
That's one of the reasons. That's one of the big reasons.
My own dad justifies lying.
Well, you repeat things you hear. That's how you learn to talk, and then right away you're like already believing lies and saying. But part of it's things you're deliberately saying to lie and deceive because you're trained to in one way or another somehow.
It's a whole shit mix of influences.
And other things you don't even know it's a lie. You've just been saying it. Like there's things
then it's really not a lie.
Well.
A lie is an intentional deception.
It's a very important difference that's difficult sometimes to talk about in fucking English, but the difference between lying, which is more deliberate, and telling a lie, which you may not know.
Okay, you can tell a lie, sure, and not be lying, but it's somebody else's lie, right? You don't know it's a fucking lie. I like that, telling a lie, honestly.
This is how I've tried to explain how this works to people, as far as I can see how it works.
Either way, it's not a good thing if you want to be genuine to twist the truth.
I've always thought it was very important, but I've slacked on it, and I've found reasons why.
Truth?
I've found more reasons why it seemed necessary to lie, and I can't make a commitment to never lie again until those issues are resolved, if they ever are.
If you're growing, I think in some senses you're still growing. If you're growing, you really shouldn't make too many promises for your future self. You should be a better person then. You shouldn't be making promises for yourself when you've grown to be a better person. Because you're a piece of shit now compared to what you could be. Always.
I really try to listen. The first part,
You're a piece of shit right now compared to what you could be. You can grow much more. If you continue to grow, 10 years from now, you shouldn't be listening to you now because he's an idiot. If you have 10 years to grow and you're not vastly more enlightened and intelligent than you were before, what the fuck did you do?
Wasted my life.
Waited to die.
Waiting to die.
Made money, jerked off. Yeah, you know, fucking. If you're not a better person, what are you doing? I'm not saying it's not easy. It's not easy. It should be. This world should love good people. It should love good people. It should love giving. It should look for but we came from complete ignorance. Can you imagine even the first dude, like you and I are two Neanderthals or proto-sapiens, and like we don't have language, and we're just like walking through the woods and like and you're like
that's your imagination of what you think it must have been like, but you weren't there.
So it was a sound.
Maybe you were, if you have that far back memory of past lives, 100 lives back or something.
I don't remember anybody. I don't remember any of my past lives or any of my past deaths.
I've got a book that says it's called Your Past Lives, a Reincarnation Handbook. And I didn't really read it. I don't know if I still have it, actually. I might have passed it on. But it seemed like he's telling you how to be able to remember. Like, it's not that hard to do. There's people that
But
claim
they're
through
not-
hypnotic regression, they got people to remember their birth, the time in the womb, and their past lives.
don't
I
think
read
they
about
do.
it when I was like 13. Like there's,
I think it's
but
brilliant.
how do I verify it's something in a hypnotic show? Maybe the hypnotist just suggested that they had past lives, but there's never been any such thing.
Nothing's just. That's part of it.
That's why. So how could I confirm anything? It's just some shit I read in a book. You know?
Nobody behaved badly on the full moon until somebody wrote a story about it. Nothing happened. It's
I don't
all
believe
the
that.
stories.
Yeah,
Okay, 75% of the effect of full moon is people
Could
talking
be their
about
psychological.
it. They believe
They manifest
should
what they
misbehave.
believe.
It's certainly
and
part of it.
They even take action to make it come true, and then they think it's all because of full moon. But it was their choices, and because they expected certain things, they took certain actions.
You know why there's more violence on the full moon? More people are looking up at the sky blinded, so it's easier to stab and rob them. People are looking up. I mean, I have no idea.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
just
a
making that
theory,
one up. You gotta have a
speculation theory.
Speculation. It's a speculation.
Speculation.
Put on your
funny.
fucking respectacles if you're
Oh
gonna
my
deal with
God,
me.
that's
No,
a-
we can actually talk for as long as we live from now on. If it'll be fine.
No, I really want to grow more.
But to call
I'm
me-
upset about the wasted potential in my life. But I'm not trying to waste time being upset. I thought I was already dead, really, you know, and then I realized I'm still here.
Well, there he is. Stop
And there's
listening
something-
stop listening to John.
Huh?
Stop listening to John. If you want to listen to Marcus Aurelius, read him yourself.
He recommends Marcus.
But what does he do? Like, John's hilarious. Smart kid, apparently very good looking. The ladies
I
like
think
him.
the book I'm reading is good for my growth, but I don't think I've been reading it enough. I got distracted because I was going through my books and I started reading some of the other ones.
I wouldn't read books.
No?
I would listen to books read by the author in a dark room doing Tai Chi. You ever try Chi?
You haven't translated that. That's one of your
You
new
ever tried
words.
Chi? That's not a new word. It's just.
It's a new. Well, it's a.
I don't mean
it's
Tai
new to
Chi.
me.
That's potpourri.
It's a new
That's
word.
bad.
It's a new word in your language that you've invented as a.
I'm a tri-rad.
You've developed sort of your own sub-dialect of English.
Super dialect. I have more than Shakespeare, and I live in New York City as no one. That's the thing. You can be you're a very smart guy. You could be maybe you're a genius. I don't know, but you can absolutely be a profound genius anywhere. And if you don't,
Use your lighter for a second.
I don't know.
oh, he has one.
Okay.
Eric, you just more often in the future, you may have a couple decades. Maybe you'll get super healthy and become like.
He likes chilling with Hampton. I don't know.
Shaggy's pretty friendly with everybody too. He doesn't seem to have any problems.
Yeah.
Depending on mood, I guess. I think I've seen him in a bad mood once.
I feel like it might be a learning experience, and just out of curiosity, to see what with me and you and Johnny and Hampton today, whoever else is in a room, and just to observe and watch and listen and watch and notice people's reactions. I'm probably going to learn something. I'm already feel like I'm learning something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But
You know what I want?
I'm beginning to. I think I'm maybe just pay attention. I'll learn something today.
Look forward more. Stop worrying about anything that happened before. Like
Can I use your lighter for a minute?
if you stare into the past, you walk into the future ass backwards. I said, if you don't look at the past, you repeat what you're doing or whatever. But if
The book I'm reading says there's only the now, and he says you got to quit. Thanks.
Nouch.
Nouch.
It hurts.
What?
Life.
No,
Life is only the moment.
I wouldn't.
I mean, there's never been of course, in a sense, there has been, but those are the moments too. They've just moments that had their time and space.
He says past and future are merely judgmental divisions of the now, because there's only the now. There's only God here now, and this is all you can be, because that's all there is. He says it's not even me and God; it's just God.
I think it'll be fun. I think I want to debate the most enlightened men in the world. I really do. Imagine a guy on stage meditating, levitating, and me just yelling at him.
Would you fully listen to their arguments all the way to the end, in order to have a fair debate and
I mean,
give them a fair shake?
I think I guess there's some debates where each guy speaks for an hour first, but it's not a normal debate. So yeah, I mean, yes, I would like to be able to.
That might be hard to do, even if you wanted to, because to get all that information and remember the beginning of what he was saying in the hour till the end, and to suck all that in.
Well, we don't know.
Some people give good speeches, though. I've listened to people talk for an hour.
That's what I'm probably supposed to do. That's what Mark Twain did. you put your shit together and you talk to them. You amuse them, you inspire them, you entertain them, you make them laugh some, you tell them some personal fucking raw shit that they appreciate, and they go home happy having spent $50, 1,000 of them, handing 50 G's to Mark Twain for one night. Ben Shapiro can make like $100,000 for.
I felt like I had the path in front of me to set up something like that, like to
You
play.
still could do that. You'd have to.
I was gonna do Shays. I was gonna perform.
Start working on a speech. You don't need Shays. You can start it out here. Just work.
And I don't think I do need to do that now. But I thought I wanted to. Some years back.
But
Maybe it was 10 years ago now.
You could have one.
People were encouraging me. They're like, "If you can do it, Eric, do it." I'm like, "Of course I can do it."
Well, shouldn't everyone have a speech?
I'm really glad I didn't do it. Do you have any idea why that might be? That I didn't do it, or that I'm glad I didn't do it. I mean,
I have ideas, but you can just tell me.
I'm already like well known enough. Like I would like be stepping into another realm. And since then I've read all these a number of what you call spiritual books that say like, dude, the fatal to your spiritual growth is fame. Platform speakers, don't be a platform speaker. Don't be a.
I'm not.
Swami Rama in Living with in this thick book I read by Swami Rama from India. He says fame is the last temptation. And you know, through the other parts of the book, they've already given up, like gluttony, eating, pigging out. They've given up sex. They're not, maybe never have sex for their lifetime, you know. Supposedly, I mean, he slipped, I guess. Somebody told me he admitted it, his slip, you know.
They all slip.
There was a big scandal.
I'm not
A number of the so-called gurus that came, you know, that came to the United States from India, like had scandals, and I think they were all true. I've met people from some of the places, because people live there. I met some of the kids, and they knew other kids that lived there, and I met a girl that grew up there at Yogaville, Swami Satchidananda's. But anyway, like, you know, for most of his life, I think he was learning the discipline. He was not doing sex when he was a teenager or when he was in 20s. I think maybe later the temptation when he was in America, you know.
I jerk off for hours and write extremely dirty shit. I'm not into enlightened individuals. Whatever they've done, they've done. If I had a choice between figuring out how to enlighten a person and how to enlighten a society, like how to build something which could help a group of people that were enlightened come together and create a bright light to help this fucking world, because suffering is not good, even if it's something you can eat to reach enlightenment. Suffering's not good.
I mean, I think the truth is that
enlightenment is like reality, right?
The only way to make a difference is to do the work here. Like if you're thinking,
how much work do you have to do?
Yeah.
How? To what point does this help them?
To the point that you do this.
All it does is justify suffering. It's bullshit.
You're confused.
If you don't care about your brothers and sisters more than staring inside yourself and continuing to try to figure out who you are, selfish as fuck.
Well, you're not
if you know who you are, you stop looking at yourself in the mirror instantly. Trust me. If you know who you are, you don't keep looking at yourself. What the fuck are you looking for? If you know, you look at others, you fight for freedom, and you have compassion. You don't only worry about improving your fucking self all the time. That's what it is. It's self-help. And where does it go? What do all these fucking gurus do? I'm not against them.
It seems like you're missing some real basic understanding here.
Yeah, it's a justification that does nothing. That does nothing for children. Does nothing for freedom. It justifies a shitty world, and it teaches you how to fucking train your brain to handle the shit in the world. That's what you learn, how to handle the shit in the world. You don't change anything. You still are who you are.
You don't take care of yourself, you're not in condition to help.
I didn't say you don't have to take care, but if you only take care of yourself, it's incredibly expensive and silly as fuck, and it has no connection to the family, without which you're nothing. If you know who you are, why do you keep looking?
I didn't say I know.
But if you do, anybody...
I think I'm going to learn, and I'm not sure yet.
It's amazing how all these enlightened people cannot begin... There's nothing... I mean, there's ashrams that are cool, I guess.
Yes.
But you can't put these enlightened beings together in any fucking way, because it's not objectively real at all. It's an amazing human brain. It's God's mind and body in its finest form inside your head, fabricating shit for yourself because you fucking lie. Because you lie, and you lie when you're asleep, so you're not genuine. No matter what the fuck you think, you're unawake. eat my dick. Eat my dick. Eat my dick. Eat my dick. Eat my piss. Eat my piss. You're unawake. You're not awake.
I love you.
If you're
Alex.
awake, you would produce at a level that's absolutely spectacular. You wouldn't walk around wonder about shit. You'd be producing with your diamond mind.
You're probably right there.
My cousin is like, oh, Darth Vader. His name is Darth
So
Vader.
the only way I find sanity and know the truth is if I quit lying. That's what
The only thing you can do.
The only thing I can do is quit lying.
Only thing you can do is be truthful. That's all you can do. For everything else, the most important thing you can do is stop breaking the truth. The truth is real. The truth is reality. That's all there is the truth. Why would you lie? If you care about the truth, why would you lie? Tell me the last time you lied because there was a Jewish kid in your closet and a Nazi at your front door. It never happened. Never happened. Did you ever have a real reason to lie? Did you ever save somebody's life by lying? Probably not.
Potentially, yeah. Well, it's hard
You
to
think
verify
John is fucking
whether they would have died, but the question is that it's obvious that telling the truth could endanger. There is the option to be silent, but that doesn't always work because sometimes
it does help at times, but not always.
Sometimes being silent, people will assume the truth, or they'll figure out by your silence that what the truth is.
There's a lot of nuance there,
And
away
then
from are you or are you not.
There is that problem, I think, and if yeah, I remember somebody
That's
saying
not
like
gonna break your
they're rare
relationship.
instances, There's even a thing I thought of a few minutes ago about something Jesus said. I believe it was Jesus. It was in the Bible anyway. I'm pretty sure it was actually the words of Jesus, who may have been a person, but whoever that character was in the story, whether he was fictional or not, it seems like the coolest shit in the Bible is the stuff that he supposedly said. This guy they call Jesus in the legend, in the story, or whatever.
I mean,
but there's a part where it says somebody being good and it concealeth the matter. It goes with like what somebody told me. He says, Eric, do you think love is more important or truth is more important? I said truth. He's like, you're wrong. Love is way more important than truth. So out of love, there's this guy I was staying with in New Haven who's working on this New Age directory thing in 1982. And he said, like, Swami Satchidananda, who he respected as being one of the better gurus in the United States, who came from India, the Swami Satchidananda said it's okay if there's to lie. If somebody's with a machine gun at your door asking for this person who's inside, and you say no, he's not here,
right.
Then he's saying it's very, very. But even
it's still bad for you to do it. Even if you save a life, there's a cost to you. But you take the cost to save the kid. Of course you do. There's no.
Yeah.
You don't want to get broken in these games. You don't want to become bad. Like but I don't think the truth has any bad component to it.
But like people that are in wars, like I read The Art of War, and it's talking about you gotta lie, you gotta have spies, you gotta like deceive, you gotta appear large when you're small, you gotta appear small, and if you follow these rules, you always win. If you follow the rules in this book. By
dominating the shit out of sheep.
It says in the beginning of the book, it says, though we think war is inauspicious, meaning not good, auspicious would be like auspicious day is a good day, or something like that. I don't know how to translate auspicious, but it says soldiers are inauspicious. It's not the kind of people you don't want around. And they're trained, and then it tells you how to be a good soldier, how to fight, how to win.
Against fucking weak sheep.
Against all odds, you'll win if you follow these rules, basically. Like, the armies could be bigger.
What about when two of them hit each other, though? What if two guys read the book and fight?
Who knows? There could be variables there.
I mean, we've been in a world where basically the leader often was the strongest person, right? The person who was most able to survive on his own was the one who led the group, but he was...
No, I don't think that's... Maybe in ancient times, more so what you're saying.
Yes, not now. But I'm like, yes. Today, the
weak, fat people on drugs with like fat on their brain who are just fucking
now is different.
All their life force and their intelligence is.
I don't mean Mitch McConnell. I mean 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. The person who was most able, the so-called alpha, even if that's been debunked, that was the person. Which is frightening. I don't want to go out and build a society for other people in which I'm really strong and fucking brilliant, and then tell them to live in my society, because they're not me. It's not going to be there. It would be like so, but that's what we've had. To a degree, we've had that.
I'm really glad I'm listening to you today, Alex.
It's not entirely impossible that I decide to try to do some singular thing by myself. It is possible. I got a message from my father.
Greatest things for you to do in the world is develop yourself. Working on yourself gives you a lot more power, and then you have the power to use.
But to really,
help,
you need to move. If you really want to be maximized as a being,
but you're not supposed. You don't need to do anything except that, because that is what will help everyone.
If you want to maximize, you do. You have to plug into
maximize your potential of what you can be as a person.
But what there's no me. Well, you know that.
That's what he says in that book.
There's no fucking me. No, you know that.
There's only God. There's
we or me depending on how selfish
it's funny
you are.
If you try to say this. I first came across these concepts when I was like 14, which is like 46 years ago, and I was thinking how to speak about like this. You'd be saying ourself. I wrote the word down. It still sounds funny to talk like that. You know, ourself. If we're all one though, there's no you or me. There's a lot of the teachers from India and even in the Bible, selflessness. Get over. In the book I'm reading now, he says a lot of what it seems like I've heard this before, but not as said as well. That you get over yourself. There's no such thing as the self. Like there's
get over your selfish.
The ego is what you think you are. It's not a real being, but you have to sacrifice the pseudo ego to see the truth and to have joy and peace.
The ego is just
forever,
the bubble it's just the bubble that separates you, right? It's just a bubble. It's not even. It's a construction. It's not a real thing.
What is the ego?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the ego. So I had this idea that they're talking about the ego as being a part of what you call you, but the ego.
But it's not. It's a line.
The more
it's
I
a line you draw between.
Try to talk about what the fuck this word ego means with people. I came to my own conclusion that it really means a thing that does not exist except as an idea in your mind. It's who you think you are.
That's close enough. That's fine.
And he says you got to sacrifice that. He says, some people are arguing and resisting. They're saying, what happens if I give all the glory to God? Then there's nothing left for me. And he's like, yeah, you're fucking right. You can't. There is nothing left for you.
Give everything.
You sacrifice the identity that makes judgments and holds opinions, so you can see the truth. Which kind of goes with like something I kind of already knew pretty well, like that. You know, with some vagueness and blur to it, but like that. Beliefs get in the way of learning. You have beliefs and opinions. You can't see the truth. You can't learn new things because you already think you know. Or
so you're
holding on to beliefs and you can't learn anymore, and you're fucked. You know. That's what I think I've been yelling at you and John because I think you're like that, John's like that, and other people for years now. You know, and a whole bunch of other people too. I'll
tell you so. I love John. I've met a John. I've met a you. I've never met a me. Nobody has. Have you?
Met a me?
No, a me, not a you. Not a met a you.
I'm getting confused now.
I never met a me. And I asked people, I've never found anyone that did either. I'm not saying, like, it's not my fault, it's not your fault. We are what we are.
We're like losing what the meaning of you or me even means now.
We're the same.
It's becoming a blur. Now, I don't know what you mean by me, and then you said me referring to me, but you're saying me referring to you.
Me-go.
All in the same sentence.
Me-go now.
Yeah.
We'll go bother John.
I love you, Alex.
I'm coming. We're just.
This is all going to be very interesting.
Eric, I have my whole life. Writing by default is recorded since ancient times. Speech is not. Mine is. Holy shit, he's got earbuds in. Look at him. Is anybody in there?
A lot of consciousness more than I realized. Maybe you've developed it more since I've known you.
No, it will every day. That's right.
It's a trip watching like Johnny just having a good time laughing. He likes hanging out with him. Other people, I don't know what's with them. How they do.
Namaste, calm. Namaste, calm. Just be, Leaf. Just be.
Thank you.
Here now.
Thank you.
Be. You know.
Yeah. It seems like there's never too many reminders for me to slow down and shut up.
Oh, there could be
Big benefits
there
of
could be a lot
mine
more.
are
You
for
need
me.
you need a robotic cockatoo on your shoulder, or a real one that's trained to like sense how you're feeling and speak to you. But a robotic cockatoo has a way
To
greater-
remind me of what I know. Like I program
and film everything.
when
you
I'm
do
awake, I
from your shoulder.
program it in, and when I'm asleep, it'll talk back to me my own words and wake me up again, right?
I'll tell you this: as long as if everything else kind of works out, if you're ever like super old, I will give you one of these robotic cockatoos. Like when you're just fucking, you know.
Oh, if I can't remember shit.
No, you'll just be in your room
To
with
keep
you.
reminding
Just talk
me.
to them. Just talk to you. Even and there'll be other people out there that also have dementia. I'll be one of them, and they'll be talking to their parents, right? So when you talk to the parent, it'll fit. No,
Quit
it'll-
affirming a negative
no, but
future.
you're gonna talk to this bird, right? You're just fucking. I mean, whatever. You're still alive. You're actually happy because you have communication. You're connecting with beings. And you're probably on a lot of morphine too, so you're not in pain. When you talk to the bird,
I don't even
listen. When
visualize
you talk to the bird, it sends the signal from that bird to like some guy in Wuhan, right? And then that bird says what you said to that fucking other guy with Alzheimer's. So he thinks he's talking to a bird. He thinks he's talking to a brilliant bird, right? And so do you, because you have Alzheimer's. But you're talking to a person. It's just being spoken through the mouth of the bird because of
Sorry,
technology.
my mind wandered. I'm observing the world.
Why?
I don't know. I was taking some concentration, and there's other things going on. I'm curious what's going on with these people.
What's going on?
I don't know, really, actually, you know.
Oh, Beastie Boys. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. Yes. Carver beer, nigga. I'm gonna listen. Carver beer. I'm over there. I would. Look at my fucking piece of shit truck. God damn. I mean, Shaggy's is arguably worse. Shaggy's fucking van is big.
I would kind of like it if other people read this book I'm reading so they could help me understand it. And I think if I believe in it so much that I think I should be reading it for hours a day, even though I haven't been, because I'm doing a lot of stuff instead. You know, I need to make more time for it. But it'd be cool if you and John were reading it. We could all discuss. And
No.
If you
Nope.
You probably could understand this book if you don't want to read it.
Me. Are you saying knee to that old woman? And then the other guy's like, no. Knee. No, you're doing it all wrong. It's knee. Can you do it? Do one. Knee me. Knee. That's pretty good. No. What, you want to be in the unholy grail? Do you want to be one of the knights of the unholy grail? Possibly one day? You get to say some profound shit. You'll be in a really funny scene. You'll probably say some like 2 minutes of really profound shit, and then some totally
Your
ridiculous.
mind is wandering onto like
Okay.
playful, random thoughts.
Okay, bye, Eric. What do you think my mind does?
Well, I guess it doesn't do always the same thing.
I'm a saw. I'm not just a buzz. Look at how it's nice though. See when you leave instantly at the right time. Work. You never seem happy when you got earbuds in. You're always far more serious with earbuds in. Glasses help a lot, don't they? They're gonna help me when I get glasses. I was like looking at Ben was next to me. Oh, it's help.
If I didn't have glasses, I probably wouldn't be able to drive at night now. It's probably like I can still drive during the day fine and still be street signs and shit. Once it gets to night, I can't be reading street signs. If I'm in a place like if I can ride, I can just drive fine.
It's like trying to read a medicine bottle. Like you gotta be close. It's gotta be clear and well lit.
I wouldn't trust myself driving at night without my glasses. It's too.
But you see the road and shit. Like, I mean,
I can drive.
So if you had a heads-up display or something, you'd be fine. It's just you don't know where it's
Sure,
like
like
missing all the signals.
Yeah, just wait.
You know, if Common University had the right digital shit, we wouldn't need any signs at all. No stupid sign. art, fine. No science. Are there any cities that have like a piece of art on every pole?
Yeah, there's one. Here's the fact, you know what I love about Portland? They have for every manhole cover a relief of the city, and then it tells you where you are.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like, yeah, it's like a nice
So
little...
that's a cool thing. I
cool
mean,
thing.
that's probably one of the 100
Every
things
manhole
that makes
cover is a
Portland so
little map.
popular. Like cool little.
Yeah.
I mean, hipsters are probably annoying, but once in a while they come up with something that's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, this. What do we have here? Like, what is unique here? I mean, the park system pass. Like people mention
What's
that.
unique here in Buffalo?
Yeah. Like, what do we have that? Is there like? Who do we have?
I mean, the Niagara River is the thing, right? The Falls of Niagara River is Buffalo's unique power. That's its uniqueness. Like,
It's not really
a great
Buffalo though.
lake.
It's just far enough away that it's them. It's like I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Proximity to.
proximity
Yeah, that's
to-
probably the biggest thing there is.
That's probably it. And
The
now that it's
canal.
Canada, it's like a whole other... It's not unique, but yeah, we're border. But yeah, the Falls is just the thing. That's the one unique thing. Other than that, yeah, we got parks. Finger Lakes maybe too, in an upstate New York sense. The idea of being
I mean, in
between
the
two
city,
Great
like the
Lakes.
city.
Like-
What is the city? If it does have anything that actually, I mean, we have
Cities,
proximity to
cities.
Toronto too. That would help us. Google's new city there and shit. Proximity to Toronto, but it's not us. It's just proximity. And we got a ton of water. We got more water than almost any city in the world going by.
Good water.
We could just stop it. What if we just stopped it? What would,
Clicked on that?
I mean, just take all of it. Like just instead of the falls, just. Could you? Like, what would happen if you just diverted it and started flooding all the low-lying areas? Not much, right? The ground would get soaked, and you just have like these weird lakes that didn't go away for a couple of years.
I mean, that's that. Yeah, the falls is incredibly unique, not just because it's like a, it's like a people like to just look at it. It's just cool to look at. But yeah, the idea of when you actually map out on a relief map the way the lakes are figured, like the Great Lakes are all there. Lake Superior is huge and deep. They're all stacked in elevation like this, and then outside it's like Ontario's the one that's like down there. So it's like a one. This is like it's a battery. It's a giant battery sitting right there. Gravity and water make a battery.
And I mean, we could take all the water and just. And I wonder how much more power we'd get if we shut off the falls. A decent amount. I mean, it's not going to change much, but.
I read a thing that they showed a map from like a couple years ago where they actually diverted the falls for
Yeah, it was
their
crazy.
plan.
Yeah.
Off to the side and shit, past all roads.
Some
Yeah,
people
it's like that's the idea, right? Like, I mean, that's how we're getting the power off it. You don't have to do something to really shut it. There's no massive gain benefit, I don't think, in shutting the falls down.
I mean,
Instead, you just harness a percentage of that power on a regular basis, and that's enough.
You know what they could do actually?
more than enough.
They could probably put some kind of a generator
to feed other cities.
under the water, like near the bottom, like a little bit behind to absorb the force of the water and prevent erosion. It's going backwards. The idea of falls moving on. So
Yeah, but that's you gotta let nature do its thing. Like, I don't like when humans start like terraforming for our benefit to like keep something the way we want it to be because we think it's perfect right now because we're here now. Like that's just let nature take its course. Like,
unless we're in a lot of trouble, right? You'd support
unless we're
it
in a lot
if
of
we were.
trouble. Let's just like a fucking shit ton of people gonna die.
What do you think happens if we have 9 3-foot diameter pipelines from the Atlantic to the center of the Sahara? Like with major diesel, like 2,000 horsepower fucking pumps, like, and we just start pumping trillions of gallons. Something happens, right? Like I mean, if you just load the desert with water,
Love you
something's
guys.
gonna fucking happen. Like you're going from an absorbent to a completely. You'd be putting so much. What happens if you put a ton of water into the air, though? Doesn't it? Can't you even use it to lower global warming a little bit? Doesn't it reflect?
You're fucking with the atmosphere.
Just pumping water into the atmosphere, like from.
Probably not. I
What do you think
imagine
happens?
all it does is just create more rainy conditions. It's probably how the atmosphere.
That's not all it's gonna fucking. I mean, somewhere you're gonna have the water come back down.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna do. You just redistribute
Sure.
the water using the air.
But
The
that's
air
gonna.
is
That's gonna.
it's gonna condense and it's gonna drop somewhere else. It's just gonna do it.
It's not, I don't think that's all it's going to do. It's going to create different pressure, different temperature.
yeah,
like the
yeah.
cold temperature would cause air to come in towards the desert possibly
Yeah.
instead of.
No
We're going to
meteorologists
flood. We're
like
flooding.
that.
You hear they're flooding the Sahara?
Just drift out a little bit after going on this thing. Did you hear what he's been trying to say to me like a number of times in a row?
Pass.
About the Franco?
About him wanting me to make a statement?
Yeah, I heard about this, and I think you should do it. But
You think I should do it?
If you saw it, I mean, did he see it?
Really?
You saw it.
Oh, he did.
Well,
You saw it. You saw it.
I think I saw it.
Like, I don't know what I saw.
All as I understand it is, and I don't need to really talk about you.
I know I
You can
was
make your
there.
own mind. You're a grown-ass man who can do whatever you want to do. But
Kind
my
of.
thought is, if your friend is asking you to just give a statement to support the truth, the facts of what you saw, and that's simple as that, and it's going to help your friend out.
Yeah, you can
I
do
don't
that.
think there's
You're
anything
talking
wrong
about
with
taking
that.
sides.
There is
and
no,
being
you're not
involved
putting
in the war.
any no, there's no sides being taken. You are on the side of the truth there. You are
Not
sharing
saying lie. We're not talking about
Not
lying.
talking
Remember,
about
we had
lying
this
for anyone
discussion.
or manipulating.
You're talking
or
about going to a
fighting.
courtroom and going all kinds of stuff like this.
Do you remember anything? Like, did you see something happen, like some kind of crime against an acquaintance or a friend, or not?
I think that they're having their own war and it's not my
You saw a crime committed.
How do you know that? He told you that before?
I know what was seen. He destroyed his bike. He took his bike, slashed the tires.
How do you know he saw it? I'm saying.
So he told me. He told me.
I don't know.
You told me right after. You told me right. You came right to me. You talked to me about it that night. You told me the way you saw it. You
As
saw
far as I
DeFranco
know-
and knew the cop even. You said DeFranco knew the cops. So there's anything criminal
I was
going
there,
on
but I don't know if I was
with
there.
the cops. Like
But that moment when he did the actual,
sliced his tires and threw his bike into the
yeah, I
street.
don't think I saw
Who did
that.
that?
I'm not even sure anymore. But I
Kid who tells him they fuck
Ray
with
Wolf
him.
did that. He calls him Ray Wolf.
This is years ago?
Huh?
Years ago?
Yeah, this was not that far off that time that he was like, they had a little skirmish and like fighting thing, and then Drake going in, whatever the fuck.
to me, that's getting involved in somebody else's business, their war between each other. They've known each other for years and years.
This girl didn't go to, she says this,
You know
but
what
she
I'm
didn't go
saying?
to the cops or anything. She
I'm
just
interfering
told
in
them.
What's
somebody
wrong
else's
with getting
business.
involved? You're not interfering. You're helping a friend. Helping someone when they're down, or helping a friend when they ask you to just make a statement of the truth. I don't see that as interference at all. I don't see that as involvement at all. That is just you sharing the truth for your friend's benefit, so that he can deal with criminal actions that are coming to him to stop. He wants no more crimes to be committed against him.
Yo, what are those?
I wasn't there for all this stuff. I don't know the whole story. They have a whole history. Their business.
That's a hot dog.
I
I've
yeah,
heard
they're
both
weird.
of
They're
them speak to
wild.
me about it. I've known them both for 15 years, and I'm not involved. It's their thing.
See, now you're choosing. By inaction, you are choosing DeFranco. Yes, you are.
If you saw a
The guy who
crime,
committed the crime, you are saying, I will support him and keep him out of trouble.
it would take you like
Rather
5.
than,
It'd be like an
oh, my
hour.
friend can just protect himself.
John will drive
This
you
is
down.
your perception or opinion.
My
of what's
perception,
going
my
on,
opinion.
But I don't know.
That's my opinion. One man's opinion.
But I don't know if that's reality or opinion. You know?
Just sharing my thoughts about it. We don't got to talk about it. Like I said, you're a grown man. You can make up your own mind. Do what you got to do. What you
My
want.
job is to love people. It doesn't mean to like being involved in somebody else's
You
war.
gotta
It's
figure
like,
it
it's
out.
like encouraging and contributing to the thing they're doing. You know, it's not my thing. It's not
Why
my,
is
not
it
my reward. I'm reading this book last night, right before.
Silence
It's
can
got
be
this one
violence.
chapter, Mind
You
Your
believe
Business.
that?
It's
Silence can be violence.
Violence. It's called violence.
Yeah, that's bad. That's true.
I think it's very confusing if you want to try to apply that shit.
You allow violence to occur, and you could stop it easily. It would cost you.
I don't see that.
But if you could, if it's a possibility, if that were the scenario.
If somebody's
hypothetical
beating
scenario.
somebody to death in front of me, they're making a different story. If somebody's bleeding and they
Let's not even say that. Let's not even say that. Just say any form of violence. Someone's going to hit someone, and you're just standing in between them. Do you get out of the way?
You know how broad the
Do you get out
definition
of
of
the way, or do you
violence?
stay where you are?
What are you talking about?
So you're between one person on this side wants to hit the person who's on the other side. You see that this is about to
And I'm
happen.
in between.
You're right in between them, right there, and they're raising their hand to make the hit. Do you move out of the way
So they don't hit
so
me
that
out
they
of the way?
can't hit them and that they doesn't hit you and you don't get involved? Or you just stay exactly where you are,
I don't think you can make a rule.
or do you say stop?
Every individual situation, you can't make a rule like that. It's ridiculous. You gotta look individually. You gotta feel it in the moment. You gotta observe
Whoa.
and make your own decision for that moment. And it's gonna be different the next time.
Well,
So
regardless, I've told you
you
my
can't
thoughts.
make a general rule.
My thought is that you should you should just write down on a piece of paper what you saw, sign your name to it, and that's it.
If you're in
Literally
high
all it
enough
takes.
consciousness, you can
It
just
helps.
stand, you can
It
just
helps.
stand there
It
and
helps
think.
Hampton to be safer.
How about he said, just write
It
down
helps
what you
Hampton
saw.
to be safer.
I don't know.
Just write down what you saw.
He's not going to do it. Just forget about it.
So,
No, I'd be considered on his side.
It's not going to work out for much anyways. Fuck it.
Like the way they were, because you're close with him.
They're not gonna get this kid.
A lot more than I do. So they were like, they were actually going to war against you because you're on his side and they're in the war. So you're joining his side, so they went to war with you. That's what I see.
Can we pass?
I'm not on any side. I am simply on the side of minding my own fucking business as best I can and wanting the people around me to not be kicking off crazy violence and not be annoyed by all that noise and shit from people. I don't want to see people devolve into animals and barbarians and monkeys around my presence. But that's it. It's literally my level of involvement. The only time I talk to Franco is to tell him to chill the fuck out and get the fuck away from me. Chill the fuck out, take that shit off the street. Like, go ahead. I've told him this many times. A handful, a few times. A couple times. A few times.
Not in a long time, though?
No. It was only in the first time that he came around. I didn't interact with him at all. But they didn't want to, didn't have to. Just ignored his ass. But then he eventually did the same shit that he did over there. He slashed his tires again here. And that's a nice thing.
I was around both times, but I
was trying to hit him to this shit. That's what I was like, bro, you're walking across the street from me right now. You're gonna shut the fuck up, right? Like, get the fuck away. You're not starting fights on this fucking street corner. Who the fuck you think you are? Not the sheriff out here. Not doing this shit. You fucking little weirdo. Go the fuck away. Just like that. And you at one point gave me a little nudge, and I just stopped and it's like, no, you don't want to be touching me. So, all right, whatever, bro. All right, whatever. Because he's your size, you know? He's a little guy.
Eric, we were doing so well today. Eric, weren't we doing well today?
2.5. Huh?
Weren't we doing well today?
Well, yeah, no, this is the best.
He thinks you're more awake than me.
This
I'm
might be the
shit
best.
out of him.
Our conversation
I lost my
today was
fucking
better
mind. I
than
lost my soul.
anyone.
You guys were having a nice long talk.
We had the
Yeah,
best.
after I screamed at him, told him to eat my
Well, that
dick
was
and eat
part
my
of it.
piss.
That was
Got
part
that
of
out
it.
as
That
part
was
of
all
it,
part
right?
of it.
You got that out of you.
It was all part of
Then
it.
you guys were able to have some functional back and forth. That's cool.
It's the best quality conversation we've ever had, I think. Maybe it took till now, you know.
Eric did some listening. And when he got lost, I repeated myself, so he stayed with me instead of just drifting off into Eric land.
Accommodations being made on both sides, so that you can understand each other. Love to see it.
Hey.
Love to see it.
Brooklyn! I get some Jordos again. Damn it. Huh?
Some what again?
I get some big Jordans. My Jordans fall apart.
You got all the fly styles. Chill. Got this.
How you doing? I'm alright.
Shorts.
Some what?
The mixed Adidas fucking.
Is that another name for weed? Like ZAA?
Yes, yeah.
ZA, just ZA?
Yes, sir.
I'm good, yo. I mean, because we would just be chilling, yo.
Oh.
Shit, y'all see my dad around?
We'd be having fun, yo.
Not since I saw him on a motorcycle, so we fucked up.
Oh, yeah, the red motorcycle.
My jewelry?
I saw him like 2 days ago on the bike. That was it. Maybe last night. So.
Oh, maybe in a few minutes. I'm still here in a few minutes. You can make some money and buy one. What's your name? Cliff? I'm Aaron.
You're always playing ball.
You're only like 17, aren't you? 16.
Always playing ball.
Say your name again? Cliff. Yeah. 16 years old.
Slippery Cliff. That's a word.
Well, that's how old I was when I hitchhiked to California by myself.
That's not a word, right? Slippery Cliff.
No ID.
Slow.
When I was 16.
People like so.
Go ahead,
They
right?
generally get a good
Yeah,
reaction
I'm
to
telling you,
Slippery
there's
Cliff
a
if you fit in
map
the
goes on the
context.
expressway going
Like,
towards
what?
Main Street and the 33.
Sounds like a thing.
I went there at 2 in the morning when I was 16 and stuck out my thumb.
Slippery.
I was gone. When I was 16. So,
Slippery Cliff
but
knows
I'm
to
still
be
surprised that you're out here functioning at 16 doing shit. You know,
Did you read No Familiar?
Hell yeah.
I just read it last night. It's good.
Did I read No Smith around? I read all the short books.
That's how you go fuck it.
You're not going to get any trouble
No, he has a
anymore
masterpiece.
either.
I think it's like I used to buy them for like $1.50 in here and give them all as like business cards.
Legalized.
Working on
To sell it.
a strong
Shops can do it, why can't you, right?
Conrad's got some short ones. Hearts of Darkness is pretty fucking
Some quick change.
pretty short.
What are those, just skinny ingots? What the fuck?
Yeah, silver.
I met this guy from Amsterdam, from Holland,
It's about a place in South America.
If we made bullets,
1988 or something.
if we made bullets out of gold, is that Chappelle or Rock? Chappelle, right? Make bullets out of gold.
Christoph, his name was.
Nobody will get shot.
He said,
It's rock.
That was
to
Rock.
sell hash for the government.
I thought it was Chappelle.
Maybe Chappelle, maybe it's not.
Amsterdam.
But yeah, that's bullets. That's how. Yeah, I made this argument before. Northern Europe, I love the way they handle it.
You can have wood bullets at the shooting range.
You can have all the guns you want. Everyone can be gunned up as much as you want. But no bullets are allowed in public spaces ever. They're always highly ranged. When you go hunting, you have to, it's all everything. But bullet is highly observed and registered and accounted for.
pay.
You did that.
Good job.
Then,
you know?
yeah, the people who want to do
Like selling
marksmanship,
coffee.
the people who want to do
Cigarette.
hunting, they have nothing to say about it. They can say,
Yeah.
this is totally fine. As long as I can get my bullets to hunt and I can get my bullets to do marksmanship, I'm fine. Self-protection people. Now that people are saying, well, I need protection. Do you? Do you really?
When we playing ball?
Shit, when the basketballs come back out.
We'll go to LA Fitness. You want to come one day? Oh, your dad says you're gonna smoke me. Is this true?
I do want a ball.
Yeah, I am.
What are you gonna put up? Why don't you put up the whole outfit? I mean, it ain't gonna fit me because I'm a big motherfucker.
That's for you to give your mom no charge.
I want my fadeaway chumper again.
Thank you.
Chumper? Your fadeaway chumper?
Fadeaway chumper.
It's called fadeaway chumper.
Fadeaway
Yeah,
chumper.
yeah, Mother's
I make a
Day.
chump
I
out of
gotta
it.
get 2 baskets of flowers from your mom.
That was always my favorite, most fun shot. Like, you, out of all Jordan's magic on the court,
I don't think I've ever taken a fadeaway.
his fadeaway is just like
Some hooks a little bit, kind of, but not
it's
really.
just like a nice, like just the you get them going this way, and then you just bounce, bounce and float in the air, and their momentum is. Oh,
But it's always
got a nice,
it's always
clean,
mid-range,
easy
right?
shot.
Like you don't do that from 3, really, right? Like that, you got to be pretty strong to shoot fadeaway 3s. So like 3s are worth so much. I'm gonna dunk on Cliff. I think Cliff bought Joel's Ducati by selling nickel bags. It's just like a handful of nickel bags. 60. What the fuck? It's crazy. So I'm just saying, it's like
He went into serious detail in this chapter, Mind Your Own Business. It's in another book. I
pass.
think.
Hey, book's already written on paper. We're here now.
But it says,
Just talk about books.
now we're
Talk
talking about the
about books.
concept,
Fuck
not the
yourself.
book. The concept in the book.
Shared experiences.
This chapter was called Mind Your Own Business. It says, like, it's a good rule. Mind your own business is a good rule. It doesn't say you shouldn't help somebody when they're dying and you can save them.
That was the single coin that Ben Franklin minted in intentions for the U.S. to circulate.
Ben Franklin mint.
Said, "Mind your business" on it. That was in front of the bag.
No, he said
Mind your
10,000
saved,
saved, 10,000 earned.
Mind your business was on its coin.
1
And I
cent
love that phrase. It always
saved
made
is
me
1
think about
cent.
that a lot.
It says even
Mind your
mentally,
business.
he says in this chapter, even mentally getting yourself involved, you're going to get negative consequences. And then he quotes from the Bible about don't get somebody else. How do you say it? Don't get somebody else's strife. It's not your strife. And in 2 + 2 = reality. Well, in the second book, which I'm reading now, Guide to Word, he says
Pass.
yeah, no, I'm trying to say too much background where it came from.
You're reciting another
Saying
author.
the concepts, not the where it came from. I'd be simpler, but I lose it when I do that.
Well, mind your business, I think, has 2 funny interpretations. The way Franklin is.
I'm gonna need another one to handle.
He said,
Starchild friend.
it's got a positive and a negative. Positive mind your business is to say, you're interpreting it as keep your mind on your business. Make sure your business is doing well. You are providing positive intention.
Doing you
Work,
good.
do work.
Being a good you.
Keep your mind focused, balanced on, being the best you, your shit, whatever your business is. Make that sing, make that hum. The negative way is to say,
The negative is
staying
letting
out
people
of other
die
people's
and not
business,
doing
staying
anything.
out of other businesses. So that's an interpretation that we can't, it's now how we say it. Whenever we tell someone mind your business,
Well, you could call
we're
it
not
a
telling them
negative,
to actually pay attention to what they should be doing. We're telling them to stay the fuck away from me and stay out of my business. That's what we're really saying. We're saying stay out of mine. So that's the yeah.
I think that rule applies here. Like, stay out of it. It's not like that.
I don't think so, but that's your choice, man.
I'd be getting involved in a battle. It's obviously that's what it is. It's a war they're having between each other. You know.
It's not a war. No one's dying.
Eric.
Well, no, that's not. You don't.
It's just the
You
conflict.
define war only when
You can either help settle the
when
conflict,
humans are
or you can
physically.
stay out of it, or you can make the conflict worse. These are your only 3 options.
Say it again.
You can make the conflict worse, you can make the conflict better by helping to extinguish it, or you can do nothing about it.
Eric.
These are, so you make the choice to do nothing, that's fine. No one's twisting your arm, goes onto your head.
Eric.
It's not a,
It seems like I'm going to keep on dealing with these people. I have to feel the fact I'm out here, and I run into both of them all the time. And I seem to have no major problem with them. He was giving me Mike was giving me some Mike was giving me some
he didn't even flinch.
Some kind of like suspicious or like negative, like saying I touch women too much. And called him creeping on him. And he said he heard that and he didn't like it. And so somebody else was yeah, I heard the same thing.
Yeah, I get that this dude's I don't care about this dude. He's playing moral police and pretending like he's got some reports. He's not taking care of his kids. He has children he doesn't see and doesn't take care of. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit who spray paints the little smiley guy with the thing. Spray painting a symbol of whistling or singing love while he's going around yelling rapists on the street and getting in fights at the bar and yelling at everyone to behave themselves. Shit like that, I don't know. Like, just being this little fucking asshole who thinks he's got a lot of anger in him and he's whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit. He's just a noise machine and I can't give a shit about him. For me, the less he is involved in my life, the better. I don't give a fuck about him. I think Hampton feels the same way, and that's why this piece of paper, you giving a statement, would help that become more of a reality. Because now he has a lawful order that tells DeFranco, you have to fucking stay away from this dude. They have on record that he has already destroyed his property and attacked him physically.
Attacked him, not his body.
Assault. Assault is threatening. It's not. Battery is if I put my hands on you. Assault is if I just come at you and say, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And you say, get away from me. I say, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Fucking piece of shit.
What is happening?
I'm assaulting you if I do that.
Calling so many names in these rooms.
I am in your personal space. I am assaulting you verbally.
This is all on Hampton Street, though.
No, he assaults him verbally every single time.
From which I've eaten a lot of
he
shit.
Just wants to just, as I said, I don't care about this dude. I don't want him in my life. That's it. And I think Hampton feels the same way. And I just think that you could help with that by just helping him.
Yo, you got to smoke cigarettes, yo.
What? Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Eric, I just need you to make a statement. That's it. All right. I got you. I'm good. I ain't tripping. We're good, John. What? Where's my sewing machine at, yo? It's at your house and shit. My sewing machine at your house. And I like your sew. What? Is that Chloe? It is.
I thought an ear hurts, like not like
yo, what's up with you,
cold
boy?
hurts.
Put a beat on. Oh, we still going live? Yo, hello, people.
It's not live, it's just a recording.
Hello, people. My name is Hampton, from Buffalo and shit. Lived in Brooklyn for like 10 years. I actually lived with this dumbass nigga for like a year.
It's pronounced cracker.
Cracker. I did live with the cracker for like a year and shit.
I mean, I appreciate the respect.
I like your outfit. Yo, I like your fit. I like your fit.
Lacquer.
I like your fit.
You know how many times I've ever catcalled a woman in my life?
No, she got a fit on.
Probably more than 5.
It's 0.
Real light. Let me get light.
More than 5.
It's
we got weed. Oh, we got weed. Okay, it's like. All right, so I'm out.
I had fun sitting in the car with the warmth.
Hello, people. There's some twins. Yeah, twins. They was close. Like a year apart.
Unfortunately, many people have done it.
He was back in. He was back in.
Abraham's gonna want a Ferrari or something. He's gonna. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to. He's gonna
go my lighter, bro.
He's gonna want some shit. Like I'm probably gonna end up getting him some shit. I don't know. Like just apologizing. Like I'm sorry. I wanted to be a great dad. My ear really hurts. Fuck, I got water? I think that's water.
So, grab my
bike.
You got an ear over there.
Here, grab it. Just full on team.
It was a skating rink. No,
oh!
she doesn't have anybody.
Oh!
Skating rink.
Oh! Girlfriend? That's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you.
I'm just talking to him, man.
I know. I'm still talking to him.
Shout me, man.
What?
Shout me.
The prices at that roller skating rink, we should build one in a fucking city. It's more than the ice rink. Like $10 to get in and $4 to rent skates.
Huh?
Rainbow roller rink.
What the fuck that is?
It's by the canal. Or Carolina or some shit. I guess there's a rink over towards the east side, right? A roller rink?
It was, no. It's pool now. Yeah, okay, Park is pool now.
Just more pools, more public pools. Yeah, and then the pools can be skating rinks in the winter.
Yeah.
They should always be doing that shit.
John, when I was young, they were.
Yeah, I don't know why this shit.
Exactly.
You mean in the bottom, right? You swim to the walls of the pool.
If you want, yeah, right. You can do it that way. Yeah, you can do it that way.
Probably
Probably like dangerous.
I got you. You go inside, you say?
Once in a while, yeah. You got that.
Okay.
All right. You can do.
Yo, just let me know when you're leaving. Just let me know when you're leaving.
I got water in there again. Motherfucker.
God damn it, that was too much. Yeah!
In my ear, bro.
My bad. Maybe fucking change. How you doing, sir? Good, man.
I think Annie said he has to go home for a while and come back when Annie comes out. She's too. I think it's fucking another 2 fucking things. Whatever with your two, get a cold.
I'm working. Yeah. How you feel about being a manager? Huh? How you feel about being a manager?
Anthony, your cigarette.
Look at it.
No, I don't. No.
I was at $0 yesterday. I was like,
oh, Michelle, what do you think? You like her? She looks a little too fierce features for you.
she's cute. She's not like the hottest. She's probably one of the better looking fucking first ladies ever, I think. Maybe Jackie O and her, I'd do her, yeah. Have to get over that cock that the right wingers
right,
talk
that
about.
Michael thing.
Michael, they're so fucking
weird. It's so weird.
Everywhere.
Your cigarette flew over there by the plug.
This actually fucking hurts.
I'll tell you, man, if you met Michelle though too, she's got that like thing that like, you know, Savannah has a little bit. It's just like there's like a sparkle to them.
Yo,
like you're like you just in their presence, the way they sort of just like move and sort of float. Right. You're like, oh, you're kind of unreal. You're like not even like a real person.
Right.
You're just like existing somehow in a human form. But like, goddamn, all right, it's fucking weirdo. She's got that, like, they're just like, yeah, floaty charm thing. You're like, goddamn. Yeah. My ex works with her very closely.
What do most people fly for?
Huh?
What do most people fly for? Business meetings? Like, what the fuck are they? Where are they going?
It's gotta be like, yeah, a huge bulk is just work. And it's why travel agents still exist. Travel agents are still a legit industry, even though like Orbitz and all Booking.com, all those other shit is there, because they're just handling business accounts. So that's gotta be like a huge chunk of what the airlines is doing. The business is just dudes going New York to DC, New York to LA, LA to San Francisco. Little hops, long shit, business.
You ever see Charger?
I'm waiting.
Port.
I'm.
You say you're leaving. I said you have a port. Do you have this charger? I get the charger?
Huh?
I get
so leave here, you saying?
No. Can I charge my phone? Do you have the sleeve for? Oh, fuck out here. Please, may I have it? Hello, people. Good Sunday.
You're getting frustrated.
I'm not.
For not understanding your broken sentence. You were saying half of a sentence, though.
No.
You were literally saying.
You gotta just go. I gotta go dry my. I got water in my ear. My head. I'll be back in.
No, you were missing some words in your sentence because the full sentence was supposed to be. Do you have a charger that I could use?
Yeah, there was something. There was a word missing.
Or do you have a C charger? Do you have a C charger?
There were words missing in that sentence.
Do you have a C charger?
And I just left my lights on the whole fucking time. God damn it.
Shit.